Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Exotics Radio Podcast. I am Crash, your host. Sorry, we are late. We're very late, actually. I was helping a friend of mine over at another place, and and guess what? Well, not enough time to go back to my house or anything, so we had to set up at his place. Set up at his place and get everything ready. And so I'm not using my mic. So I don't even know how the quality of this podcast is going to go. So I'm going to have your guys' help a little bit later. So without further ado, I just wanted to say thank you for being here. So far, we've got Happy Aunt UK and Scott's Animal Adventures. Now, Scott, we talked about last Friday, you would do some sort of a live stream while we play some music and chit chat. I would love to see some of your animals up close and live and personal. That'd be really fun to do on a Wednesday if you're up for that. If not, just say so and I will go about my own business and play some music. But first of all, we gotta get him a link before I do anything else. I'm just kind of running around with my head cut off and I apologize about that. So let's get him invited. There we go. So, hey everybody, and again, I just want to apologize for being really late. Normally, this isn't a normal thing. Last time it was audio issues. This time it was more like trying to get it all set up on a brand new computer. Well, not a brand new computer, but a brand new setup. I can do that, just a bit tricky to get the good shots live, and it's no problem. Just kind of want to bring some normal, relaxed streaming, and Scott is here. So, hello Scott, how's it going? Are you there, Scott?
Sorry, I was muted. I'm okay. I'm just a bit tired, really.
Oh, okay. Hold on one second. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Their controls are a bit flipped, so I wanted to make sure there was no real echo or anything going on like that, because, well, that would suck.
Yeah, no worries.
So there's no echo, right? Right, ladies and gentlemen? I just want to make sure of that. I think it's just you and me at this point.
I'm messaging Stefan now. I'll get him in the chat.
Yeah, I would love to get some control going on, audio control, and see what's going on. Yeah, no, like I said, been kind of a busy day. So, but been running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Finally got to be able to sit down again, not at my place. And then after this, I'm going to go play. Ophi's Spider-Verse is like, no, I'm here too. Ophi! Well, Ophi's dad, I should say. Ophi's dad, I have yet to send off your package again because I have been sick for most of this week. So I apologize. Mark the Spider Guy even says, hi, Cracks. I said, hello, Mark. How's it going? I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're doing better. This week has been just real low for me. Lost my voice at the beginning of the week, and it's been a sore throat, bloody nose, kind of going out all the way. And yeah, no, I've been fighting with that. And then my cat goes back into the vet this weekend, or I should say this Friday. And that's going to be interesting. So again, I want to apologize to everybody because of audio issues. I came in really late. And again, I'm not using my stuff like I normally would. So if you hear like any crackling or any in the background, again, I don't have my mic. It's not mine. A friend of mine has graciously allowed me to use his whole setup. And, you know, he's one of those friends that you're so close, you're like family. So, I what can I say? Ophi's Spider-Verse's dad says, it's okay, Cracks. Hope you're feeling better. When this crap goes away, then I will be actually very happy. And then I can actually go out into the world again, trying to stay at home, trying to stay kind of self-quarantined, mainly because, you know, if somebody else has got COVID and I've got a low immune system, I'm going to catch it. So I just kind of want to stay safe myself, and I don't want to make anybody else sick either. It's that time of year. So if you hear my voice start to crackle a little bit, I apologize. I'm not over whatever I have. So it's been, like I said, it's been a crazy week. Mark the Spider Guy says, feeling a lot better. Well, I'm happy for you, Mark. That's actually, you know, yay. So happy about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those who are just coming in, by the way, Lincoln, hey, can't forget you. I see you popped in there. I just almost missed you. But as I was saying, we're going to try and set up some live for you, some live feed from Scott's Animal Adventures, so you can get some pretty good shots or get to see what's going on with his little bug verse. And we could play a little music and chit chat in the background. So I hope you guys enjoy everything that's about to go on tonight. And again, I apologize. I am not at home. So if the quality isn't so good tonight, again, I am not home. Lincoln Overall says 100 sub face reveal. I'm not up to 100 subs yet. I'm at 81 subs. So people, if you guys want me to do the face reveal at that 100 sub, you gotta subscribe. So I'm looking forward to doing that with you guys, and I'm really looking forward to you guys doing that because I even went and got a good lens. I got my cameras even set up. So yeah, that's gonna be really fun.
And
Stuff at Haro goes 82 cracks. Ooh. Go ahead,
For
sorry.
anyone that doesn't know, a 100 sub face reveal of Cracks is something that is definitely worth it. I have to say, I still don't believe that you are the age you say you are, Cracks.
I'm very old.
You're not.
Well, I
Even your
appreciate
actual
that.
age isn't old.
I'm old. I'm 10 years from that halfway mark, or 9 years from that halfway mark. Because my goal is to live to 100. I don't care how far past 100 I live. I don't care if it's just a minute or two, but my goal is to live 100. Asha's rant says, "Hey, Cracks. Hey, Asha. Oh yes, yes, Cracks. She is an old lady. Yes, Asha. You gotta love your fans, and you gotta love your friends, and you gotta love your friends that are your fans as well, because they are the first ones to go really deep. They hold no bars.
It's alright, you just got to remember that you've named a spider after him and he's still too much of a wuss to take it. So, he can say what he was.
Well, like I said, and she is a female, so and she's got 15 years on her to go. So
Maybe that's the issue. Maybe he's already got enough females in his life and he just can't take another one on.
if you've heard this man speak, I wouldn't put it past him. He's got that deep voice,
He's got
that
that
deep
British
radio
twang.
voice. I can guarantee if he did like a midnight radio, I guarantee a lot of the women be coming, and men, for those who swing both ways, would definitely be coming his way. Mark the Spider Guy says, "Cracks, if you're old, I must be ancient." No, Mark, I think you're only a couple of years older than me, aren't you?
No. Mark, you're aged to perfection. You're like a whiskey that's gone past that, middle shelf. You're that top shelf whiskey. Yeah? So you may be an old fart, but you're a very, very high quality old fart.
Now, Lincoln just said, "Bird's nest fell from the roof, and there was 4 little birds. 3 died, and there is 1 left." Aw. Sorry, that sucks. That hurts the feels. Especially when you're doing yard work and you step out and you see something like that. That really does hurt the feels. Mark the Spider Guy says, "No, he's 54." Oh. I have to say, Mark is probably one of those gentlemen that you really can't really tell how old they are, because they've got that one look that they've always had for a very long time. And I always thought he was like in his mid-40s. Did not think he was past his 50s. That's actually pretty interesting.
I'm just getting all the isopods down, so I'm still here.
Okay. Asha says, "Cracks is a fine wine." I think, Asha, I think you're mistaken. I think I'm the wine's wrath the next day. I think you've totally missed the mark on that one. I think I'm the day after. Ophi's dad says they're in their mid-40s. Oh. Well, hello.
Rick, you look about 35. I don't believe that at all. You're all so young. Is it just the spiders? Is that what it is? You keep tarantulas and you look about 10 years younger than you are.
That might be the recipe.
I mean, I've got a couple of jumping spiders now, so fingers crossed.
But well, they say, if you're doing something that makes you feel that makes you feel good, you're probably going to start looking a little younger, and I think that's kind of how you carry yourself. So I think that's part of what it is you're making yourself feel like a kid. I know I feel like a kid when I handle my spiders. Well, not directly handle. I'm talking about rehoming, rehousing, feeding, watering, taking care of them in general. And I always feel like a little kid, like, ooh, what are they going to do today? Except for a couple. The others kind of make me want to. Asha said, okay, gotta go back to work. They gotta take care and speak to you soon. Take care, Asha. I hope you have a better day or a great day. And if you're having a great day already, that's great. Go home, give the missus a hug and a kiss. And I'll see you soon. Ophi's dad says, thanks, Scott. I'm actually 44 in a couple of weeks. Oh, wow. I don't believe it, because he does. He heals himself very well. I don't think he's as old as he thinks I don't think he is old as he says he is. I think he thinks he's that old.
If it wasn't prohibited, I'd be sending him some isopods for his birthday, but I'll try and work something out.
Well, considering Ophi's dad, Ophi and them live in the U.S., I don't know if you can send isopods there.
No,
but hey, you know what? I've got an idea. I'll talk to you about it after the stream. Well, not after today, but maybe tomorrow I'll talk to you about it, and maybe we can get something together for their birthday. Because I have yet to send off the package yet again. So it may be a small blessing in disguise that I got it back. So what we can do is we can send that out, and I'll talk to you more about it. But I think I'll send it to you, and then you send it on to them, kind of thing, and we'll put a birthday package together for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've still got Ophi's address from when I sent out stickers. So.
Hey, there you go. Well, I can always message it to you since they give me the address. Asha says they have a 12-hour night shift. Ooh, that hurts the feels. That hurts.
Beautiful.
Ooh,
you enjoyed
that hurts. Oh, I'm sorry, Asha. So when you get off, now, all right, there we go. Hey, I see a hand. It's waving at me.
Wrong camera.
wrong facing the camera. There we go. Oh, there we are. There. Oh, nope. He turned himself off. He touched the wrong button. He booped his phone wrong. Ophi's dad says, "Oh, I love you guys." Well, we love you too. We love all our fans, especially the ones that come in every day and actually participate in some of our contests. So, you absolutely deserve this. Plus, again, it's your birthday coming up, so I think it'd be fun. Mark the Spider Guy says, "Peter is 52 on Friday." Oh, wow. Peter's 52. Holy cow. Well, you know what? Since we've got Scott having his issues at the moment while he's trying to hook up Link, please. Okay. Well, Scott, while you get that taken care of, I'm going to actually hit the mic and I'm going to play some music. Now, hopefully this works. As like I said, we were having some issues well before this, but again, it's not my setup. It's not my mic. Everything's new to me, anyways. Mark, be nice to Peter. Nobody's old. He's not an old fart. But so, anyways, without further ado, let's get some music going. Let's see if I can get this right.
All right, hold on, everybody. Hold together. 10 seconds.
Hello.
Hello, hello. All right, there we go. And we're back. Oh, wow, nice effects. Oh, we've got Urban Exotics UK, Creepy Crawly UK, Mark the Spider Guy, Lincoln Alvarado. We even have Ophi's Spider-Verse. We did have Asha, but unfortunately they had to leave us. And I believe that is it so far. So if you guys want your shout out, please please say hi in the comments and we will give you your proper shout outs. It's what we do here. We like to share the love, and especially over some of our favorite hobbies. And you've got some great little ones there. I see. So which ones are these? Which isopods are these?
These are the Lavis Snow White morph. They're quite variable. I've just put some cholla wood and some lotus pod. Anyone that's afraid of holes, there you go. I'm still a bit kind of nervous with it. But yeah, these are Lavis Snow White. It's just a morph of the dairy cows, basically, where the pattern reduces down to essentially a pure white. But for some reason, mine are more of a sort of orangey kind of tint, kind of like a caramel. So I've affectionately named this colony the Porcelio Lavis tea stains. Because they're just different. They don't, for some reason, look extremely bright white like some of them do. But I don't know whether it's because of the leaf litter I'm using or what. But they're certainly a little bit more unique than what you'd normally see with this. And you can see I've got some babies, plenty of babies.
Oh, that's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you want to talk about what we talked about last night, or are you still grieving over that, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Oh, okay.
So, I am not looking at continuing with my millipede journey, if you like. The reason for that is, unfortunately, Exhibit a wild caught Chromis diaphorus. Unfortunately, it's a female, but Tony Webb has said that because it's a female, it may have laid eggs and then passed away. So it could still be a somewhat silver lining to a terrible thing. But this one unfortunately passed away last night, so I was quite upset about that. And if anyone knows how to sort of preserve it and sort of keep it looking good, I'd really be interested in that, because it's something that I've thought about doing. And then the other unfortunate news is my pink dragon millipedes that I know Ophi's dad was absolutely in awe of, and very, very upset he couldn't get them in the US. They unfortunately crashed as well. I'm not quite sure what went wrong with them. It could have been a number of things. It may have been too damp in there, even though they like 90 plus% humidity. And also, I found a small centipede, which I am now keeping as a pet because why not? So this centipede that you see right here was in their setup, and unfortunately, I think that had something to do with it. But I've kept the dirt that was in the setup, and I'm hoping there may be a chance of babies. So I'm keeping an eye on the soil, keeping it somewhat set up, and then I'll go from there. But it's one of those things, and it's something that you can't put down to neglect or anything like that. It's just the unfortunate side of keeping fragile or wild caught insects. You know, a snake struggles enough, and then when you're talking about something that's even smaller and comes out of quite a stressful environment without, you know, really experiencing a good quality of care. You know, because often these wild caught animals, they export and import side of stuff until they get into someone's capable hands, like Tony Webb's. It can be quite rough on them. So it's one of those things, and that's what I'm trying to focus on. Is it was a wild caught individual. The pink dragons are not a beginner species, so that is something that was quite possible to happen anyway. So them being adults as well didn't help with that.
But I do want to say, or I do have a question, because you said you bought the substrate, correct?
Yeah.
For the dragons, right?
Yeah.
How did a centipede get into high quality substrate?
It's natural. So your high quality is the fact that it's organic, and one of the downfalls of it being organic, to keep the nutrition and to keep the quality in the substrate, there's always going to be a chance that there could be a what do you call it, bioactive load, if you like, in the substrate itself.
I know, but it's still, for me, I think it's a little irresponsible on the person who sold you that kind of substrate, because they should have what we call screening, meaning you take the bits of soil and you screen it through a screen, an actual mesh.
That's the scale of the centipede. So a mesh, I don't even think would have really been that effective against something so small.
Unless there has been eggs in the substrate and they're slowly hatching.
Yeah.
I kind of think that's what happened, is you've got eggs in the substrate.
Yeah.
So I would keep a really close eye on it to see if you get any more centipedes, especially if the millipedes have laid eggs. So, because they'll be a good snack for anything coming out of those eggs.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, not ideal. The substrate was from Nick Richards at Shropshire Exotics, and for the amount
Did you tell them?
I've told him about the colony crashing and that, and I said I found a centipede. But
yeah, okay.
You know, in terms of actually having the centipede in there, there was wild moss that was rinsed, because obviously you can't bake moss, so it could have come from that. I heavily rinsed it and washed it until it was coming out completely clean, and then also kept it in a tub for a period of time before putting it into the setup. So it could have been my cock up there. I can't say I've experienced any other issues with an invasive invertebrate coming from any of the other substrates I've used from him.
Yeah, no. Like I said, I think it's a. Well, you said that it could have come from the moss, and I got into this discussion last night on Scott's Live. Moss balls. Many of the moss balls have been stuffed, imported into the U.S. Mainly because of the zebra clam has been found several times in the various different moss balls. Now, talking about moss balls, I'm talking about people who are building planetary. Blah, blah, blah. It's not a
Paludarium?
planetarium. It's I think paludarium, and also for aquascaping. And the problem
Yes,
is,
what you're talking about is the merino moss, aren't you?
huh?
Which is because of algae, commonly used in the aquatic live
Yes.
plant
Yes.
setup.
Yep. And and it doesn't have to be submerged underwater either. It just has to be really wet. And so the clams have been known to start invading the U.S. now because of it. So now what they're doing is they've put a stop on the imports until they get it sorted, because what has happened is companies, they think it's from the Ukraine. I'm not too sure. Knock on wood that I got that right. But they're talking about imports coming in that are infested with the clams, and I believe it's either Ukraine or another Baltic area that has these natives in their water. So they need to find out where the mothballs are getting. I know I sound like I'm saying mothballs, but I'm saying moss balls are coming in and getting imported from. So because it's not the store that's responsible, it's the company that they're getting them from. So the other company is buying them from various different places, and then they would send them to whatever pet store that is, and they're like, oh no, now we can't have this. So and so it kind of comes up with the fact that you have the same issue with moss. I'm gonna bet that it came through the moss, but since you washed everything out, but it could, like I said, it could also been the eggs.
Yeah.
I really hope it's not eggs in there, that they're centipedes. And don't get me wrong, I do like centipedes at a distance. Ever since I got bit by one, I kind of keep them at a distance at that point.
Yeah,
I don't want to go through that again. Let me tell you this: I got bit by a P. metallica. The P. metallica hurt. That was bad. The centipede bite was not as nearly as bad as that in the long run, but in the short term, for the immediate pain, it was way worse.
Yeah.
So, and then on top of that, the swelling and all that was just nasty. So what do you got there going on? What's going on there? I see a lot of them running.
Yeah, these are another morph of Porcelia labius. So these are the giant orange morph, and
Got some orange babies.
they're quite underrated, but I really
They look like
enjoy
little.
them. You
know what they look like? They look like little. They look like kind of like little tiny tangerines with legs.
Yeah. Yeah, they're absolutely brilliant.
They're cute.
And really prolific. As you can see, there's just many of them.
Now, I want to say, Mark, I hope your Homori has a great molt, because Mark has said that their Homori is in the middle of a molt. So hopefully that goes well for you. And their Balfouri has also started webbing up their new home. So that's good. If you can get a time lapse of that, that'd be great.
Yeah. I'm glad to say that Stefan's Homori recently molted. So that'll be quite good for him. From the sounds of it, everything went okay, so that's always nice.
Now, the lotus there, you're putting in lotus pods. Do they eat those, or did they use them for hiding?
Yeah, so they'll eat them, and then they'll also hide in them as well. These smaller ones are less sort of hides and more food-based, but the larger one that I've got here is obviously perfect, because if you imagine just... You're
going to pick one up, aren't you?
So there's one in there. and it can just hide in there, and as it eats through, it can kind of make like a little lattice as well. But you can imagine like
Yeah.
that upside down is perfect for them.
Oh, imagine that's like a really nice home for them, slash food. You imagine you could imagine if people could actually build homes out of their own food and just eat their homes as they. That's how insects do.
Yeah, man. That'd be really good. Like in
No,
all
well, they're
seriousness,
not really insects. Now, who are you gonna bring up next? Who you got next? Because I know you got quite a few.
trying to work out because I don't want to like do a big reveal before like the less interesting ones.
Oh
So,
yeah, no. What do you mean the less interesting ones? The other ones look like little
well,
tangerines with legs. Those are pretty cool.
oh yeah, but they're nothing on some of the other ones I've got. So these ones should be milkbacks. So they're another Lavis morph. They're kind of like dairy cows, but if you see some of them, they've got a white back
They're
with
pretty.
a little,
They're pretty silvery.
yeah.
So where would these be found? Are they native to the UK, or are they?
I believe they're European for definite, but I believe it's got sort of like Spain and through like middle Europe.
Oh,
I'm not
so kind of the
100%.
warmer climate.
Yeah, so these aren't Spanish isopods by any stretch of the imagination, but they can be found in the UK. You can get Porcellio lavis in the UK, and you can also find a few other Porcellio species. But these are mainly a European species. And I actually sold 100 of these the other week.
Oh wow.
I thought I'd basically sold the entire colony, but apparently not.
You get a few there.
Yeah. Put a lotus
Now, how
pod
much were
in.
you selling? Now, for the future audience, how much are you selling them for?
For these, 20 for £10 and 50 for £20. And then if you want anything over 100, it's between, well, it's £30 up, but it's quite significantly discounted beyond that. And I've also got a partner that lives in Gosport, UK, and he's got a lot more of the running stock. He's been quite set up for a while, so a lot of the larger orders will go through his colonies, but we're partnered together, so all the money gets split into two. Whoever's posting it gets the postage cost, and we do it like that. But we got some really good reviews. We've done a big order for someone, 200 giant oranges, 200 dairy cows, and the person was extremely happy with that. And then we also done another order of 300 dairy cows, 100 milkbacks, and I believe 60 zebra isopods.
Oh wow.
We definitely have quite a good. Well, we get our good orders, but obviously, isopods aren't something that you keep for consistent business. I would always say that they're really great to have, but you have to enjoy them first, because you can't expect them to be bang, 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 bang. It's always kind of like, oh, I sold like 4 today, and then a week later you might sell 1, and then 3 weeks later you might get another 4 orders. It's never a consistent thing.
Yep. Just
What's
like
that?
tarantulas.
Oh,
Now, Mark
sorry.
the Spider Guy says, I now have t-shirts and hoodies available. That's awesome. If I
That's
wasn't so
brilliant.
broke, I would get. I was going to say,
Can
if
I
I
get
wasn't so
one
broke,
with
I'd get one.
Can I get one with your face just printed on it, Mark? With Mark the Spider Guy underneath. So I think that'd be brilliant. Just like, or a collab with Peter Webster and you two just wearing like big shades, like like the, what do you call them, Cray twins or something. Just
Oh,
proper
good
gangster
grief.
style.
Now, I'm going to play another song, but who do you have coming up next?
That's a surprise.
because I want people to be able to see the little ones while we listen to some music, so they got a little bit of a visual with the music. Because I was going to say, because of Epidemic Sound's rules, this is actually falls under making good content with their music. So it's not considered a standalone.
So these are Armadillo and Paraquay. They're a bit less interesting, so they're good to just show while we're listening to a song.
All right.
They're really great species. When you have them yourself, you notice a lot more, but on the camera they will just look a bit drab and grey. In person, there's a lot more to it, and they're just a really lovely species. And I keep them in with the hognose as cleanup crew because they can tolerate quite a dry environment for the most part.
Oh, nice.
So
all right.
I'll move them up now.
All right, we've got a song coming up for you, ladies and gentlemen, for Rainy Sunday.
Do, 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 do. I don't believe it's playing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We got some lovely little millipedes, not millipedes, isopods, but I was looking at those and I was like, those look like the ones I played with when I was a kid.
Yeah, these ones are quite they're quite similar to the ones that you see when you were a kid. The actual shape on them is quite interesting. Unfortunately, you can't really get it while you're on stream because of the way of the camera. They're quite clumsy as well, as you can see. But
no, they can survive a fall like that.
Yeah. They're basically like little tanks.
Oh, okay.
And these will.
I'm used to tarantulas. Oh, he's getting some, so you just leave those two alone. Oh my goodness!
So the Armadillidium species, when they're sort of stressed out, or when you bother them, or you go to check, quite a few of them will go into a pill shape. So you can see this one kind of does it, but these ones are very, very tolerant. They're not inclined to pill
They're like
up.
little pill bugs.
Yeah, so that's exactly what these are. These are the roly-polies from the roly-poly twins from Bugs Life. I think it's Bugs Life. No, Ants. No, Bugs Life. Bugs Life.
I wouldn't know. I can
Bugs
ask my
Life.
friend. I can ask my friend, but I wouldn't know. I was actually surprised they're not on here. Because I couldn't. But I guess they're wanting to relax because they had a long day at work themselves. So.
Is this Ellie?
So we've got, let me give a shout out to everybody. We've got Creepy Crawly UK. We've got Mark the Spider Guy, Happy Ant UK. We also have Urban Exotics UK, Lincoln Alvarado, Ophi's Spider-Verse. And so far, I believe that's all we have right now. Who's listening? Happy Ant says Bug Life. So, what else do you got for us? Because I know you've got quite a few. So I'm like, come on, I want to see them. You have to show them. This is show and tell.
I'm just going to put an Indian almond leaf into these and see if they like it. And then I'll put these back. I've actually got 13 species of isopod now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You might be in luck with this one, because I believe this is one of the, what I would class as interesting species.
Are these the alien ones?
No.
No, these are actually just the really cool ones. These look like they're huge though. Holy crap!
Oh, these are just juveniles. They get a lot bigger.
Oh my god! Really?
About that big.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That would make them very huge.
I'll try and find one if there's still an adult in here.
Now, how long do they usually live for? What is their lifespan?
Not a lot is really known about isopod lifespans. Russ over at Aquariumax Pets, he kept a lone dairy cow in with another species of isopods, and that lived for well over a year, I believe almost 2 years, possibly even still alive now. But other than that, I don't think many people really know, because the way and the nature of the colony is that they either turn over themselves, so when the adults die, you've got new ones turning into adults, or they'll outbreed their death rate. So you just get more and more and more and more. Up to a point, and then you get like a minor sort of setback / crash. It's not a bad thing, it just means that they can only sustain to a certain level. I've got one of the latest pods in here.
Now, I've got another quick question for you, because millipedes. I keep calling them millipedes, but the isopods are starting to gain popularity, and people are starting to get more and more of them. Is there a trend to reason why that's happening, or is there more people coming with allergies and they're looking into the safer pets? Do you know why they're starting to gain popularity, or what's going on?
I think it's kind of like the spider hobby, really. It's another exotic pet that's kind of gained popularity with certain YouTubers, and the bioactive movement in reptiles really helped along as well. Because of course, if you've got a load of people looking for isopods to put in their setups, then they see how interesting they are. They see that there's some more colourful ones, and they might start keeping them. That's definitely like the direction that I took. So I think that's definitely one of the possibilities. And here we've got a nice little culture of clown isopods. So you can see I've got lots and lots and lots of babies in here, and they just seem to keep on getting more and more. But I'm waiting for them to grow up. And then once they grow up, they'll be able to make some more babies. But you can see it's just packed, and these really benefit from like a nice big cork block. And these ones will ball up if they are disturbed.
If they're bothered.
Yeah.
This is a difference of vocabulary. I go with the cheap, like the simple words, and you're like using the more More advanced ones. Now, Happy Ant UK says probably due to the active setups across the hobbies. I think you're right. Oh, it's a roly-poly. Look at the roly-poly. Gotta love the roly-poly. Roll it. You know, I need to get one, just one, and call it Roly. Me and my lame humor. Oh, I probably get hung for my really bad jokes. At least I can call it as it is. Now, I also noticed you have a really great setup with springtails. I've noticed you've got a lot of good springtails. Do you carry your springtails over from one exhibit to another, like when you for your snakes and such?
In a way, yeah. Unintentionally, for the most part. Quite often, my setups will naturally just develop springtails out of nowhere. But I don't think that's a bad thing.
No,
they're
that's
always
not.
beneficial. There's a really, really baby one there.
Well, it's a little. Holy cow, that is little. It's tiny.
Oh yeah, for these, like for ages, you'll just think, oh, they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. All of a sudden, you'll just see all of these really tiny little things, and they're so cute.
No, I'm gonna say this much, ladies and gentlemen. We will be live for about 15 more minutes. I did come in rather late for one, and number two, I am not using my setup. This is definitely not my setup. So if you guys understand that the quality is a little off, that would be why. It's because I'm now the one thing I forgot to do is I forgot to turn off echo. What do you call it? Oh, I can do that here. Yes, echo cancellation. Turn that off. Now the when the recording goes better, we'll see how well the recording goes after this. Because echo cancellation tends to warp the audio, especially on the upload. And I totally just now remembered. So this whole show is going to sound a little wonky.
So these are native
Isopods. They're so silvery. I like them.
Yeah, they look brilliant, but people just don't really see any interest in them because they're just found in your garden. And I think that's just terrible because at the end of the day, somewhere in Italy, someone's got zebras in their garden. So you might as well appreciate what you've got. You know, you think in Japan, people have got rubber duckies in their garden, probably. I mean, I know they're typically found in caves, but there's always going to be that odd population that springs up somewhere. So you think this Japanese person just goes down to the end of the garden, sees these roly-polies and just sees them as woodlice, whereas over here they're like 20 quid each. And that's per isopod as well. I mean, each. So just to speed through, we'll do other inverts next week. So we'll do like assassin bugs next week, and then mantises.
Oh, cool! That sounds like a plan. And then I can hopefully get my setup. We can start showing some of the tarantulas as we go.
This is a very small starter colony of dairy cows. As you can see, they're not doing well at all. I'm really disappointed with number in here.
Yeah, sure. I bet you are.
I'm
As
really
the whole piece of wood just starts crawling on its own.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen it before. I've got sprats, like the fish, and if you put one of these in, it will be dragged underneath a piece of cork bark in a matter of 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
I go mental for it. Smells like mackerel. But yeah.
I imagine they do. Now, I was gonna ask. Well, you know, I understand. I know how long you've been I know how long you've been doing this. But how about the new audience, the new members coming in? Because our channel is growing slowly but surely. How long have you been keeping isopods?
I want to say since about, well, just before my birthday last year, so sort of October time. I'd say is realistically when I started keeping them properly. So not long at all, really. But I've had woodlice before.
Oh, I was gonna say now you've picked up my new best friend because he's cute as hell.
Yeah, this is the albino armadillidium vulgare. So they are
Now,
really cute.
are they popular? And because it's an albino, what makes an isopod albino? Because they generally don't have the same pigmentation, like most.
They
Because
have little red eyes.
it's
I'll send
so
you a
they
picture.
they really do
Yeah.
lack pigmentation.
Yeah. They have
Although
little red
that's
eyes.
now, how did they come about?
They come
Because
from
I don't
Japan.
really.
They were found originally in Japan, I believe. So here's an older one. You can see it's a darker color. And it flips back over. Come on, flip back over. Good boy. But yeah, so you can see it's got like a gold band and then a darker color. But when you have a look, you can actually see that they've got like a red tint to their eyes, same as any other albinos.
And they're almost transparent, it looks like.
Yeah, they're basically translucent. But they don't really like cork bark. So the cork bark's basically just springtail heaven. And then
So
I've got
what do these guys like?
This is a really
these are super cute.
Yeah. These are mainly vegetable eaters, so if I was to put a sprat in there, it would probably just sit there until it went mouldy, whereas if I put like fish flakes or something like that are a bit more vegetal, and they'll eat a lot more wood and leaf litters as well. So Armadillidium in general as a genus, I'm guessing is the right term for that. In general, they will eat a lot more vegetable matter, a lot more of the non sort of protein based diet. So they won't have a lot of meat, etc. in that. These are absolute awesome colony because I had 13 of these and both of the full-size males died within like 2 weeks or so.
I can see the one next to your index finger.
This is a female.
She is absolutely huge.
Yeah. But I was left with 8 females and no males. As you can see, I have lots now. There's tons of them, and they're brilliant.
They've cloned themselves.
They're so lovely, and they're really getting their colours now. But you can see them all in the cracks, pardon the pun. There's just tons of them, and they've really kind of hollowed out the cork bark somehow. So they've got like their own little environment. And if I go through here, you'll see there's babies in here still as well. So got a couple there. They're just everywhere, and I'm really, really happy with that because I thought I'd basically lost a colony.
So they bounce back quite quickly.
Oh yeah, definitely. Within one generation and a few females getting pregnant, they've I've got way more than I would ever need as a starter culture. And I suppose the downside is the genetic diversity. The upside is I can still have these as a nice colony. So in theory, the bloodline would be quite narrow, but in reality, they're insects. They're not mammals, so it doesn't really affect them as much.
It still affect them, but over time.
Yeah, and that's the thing with keeping anything like these. You've got to think your bloodlines, etc. You can't really say how varied you've got because there's no way of really tracking it, is there?
Nope. No, which ones are these?
These are yellow zebras. So they're like the normal maculatum zebras, but they are yellow stripes rather than white stripes. And this one is a really low yellow version. And this one's a more complete, like a standard looking zebra. So you've got two great examples of what they can look like here, actually, which is quite good. Normally they won't really go onto the cork bark, so it's quite nice to see them. Here's kind of like a larger one. So you can see quite interesting looking. The camera
Yep.
probably doesn't pick up the yellow, but they're like a pastel yellow. Really, really nice to look at. And again,
Oh.
they're more vegetable, a little bit more arid than the Porcelio lavis and the tropical greys and stuff like that. So you only really need to do water around the outside of the tub.
Okay.
And by that, I mean like the outside wall, not the outside.
All right, I'm going to play one last song because our time is coming up short. So I want you to just keep cycling through your isopods through the song.
For anyone wondering.
So, okay, show them up. Show them. Reveal. What are you waiting for? I see a leaf.
There's one on there. One here.
Oh, there you are.
They're quite small. I do have a few in here. They're just a bit difficult to see. So if you play the music, I will try and find some.
All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Second Life.
So right here we've got my new snake setup. This is of course a highly venomous toy snakeus, snakeistus. Oh, it bit me! It bit me! I'm gonna die. Moving swiftly on. Is Cracks here?
Yes, I am here. I pressed the wrong one. I pressed the wrong button. I was echoing my own ear for a second. And I was like, "What am I doing? What's going on?" Oh, they're so cute.
They're Porcelio Bolivari. They're extremely fast. Extremely fast. But they are super cool. I believe that Rick actually picked some of these up recently, or is looking into it. Unfortunately, I'm a bad influence, and I'm sure that he's making sure that all purchases of animals are run through his lovely partner. But yeah, I'm a bit of a bad influence with him. I show him something really cool, and he instantly goes and looks it up and thinks, can I add this to the connection? And then he tries to find it in the US, and then he finds someone, and then he asks about it, and I can't imagine how much money I've already cost him since he's known me. Yeah, these are, again, they're a really large species. These are quite small juveniles at the moment, but super fast. I can't even explain how fast they are. They're like old world tarantulas, but in isopod form, as you can see. So they're the only isopods that actually make me a little bit nervous. Like when I'm turning over the thing, because I don't want them to like run up my arm and then like run away. Purely and
Yeah,
simply,
no, that would be bad.
£35 for 10
Oh,
is typically what they go for. So fingers crossed, they breed. But
yeah,
these
no,
are.
I hope you have good. I hope you have good luck with that. But I will say that it is 10:30. I'm using somebody else's setup at somebody else's computer. They do have to work tomorrow, and we need to finish up here. So,
Yeah,
uh,
that's fine.
gonna have to call it a night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry for a short episode today. It's just one of those days. But we are getting back on track starting next week. The week before, last week, I know I had some serious audio issues on Wednesday, so we didn't quite make the show. And now this Wednesday, it's just like nothing is just going right as of late. So everybody that is on the show, if you'd like your shout out, say hi now or good night now. We have Mark the Spider Guy, Creepy Crawly UK, Happy Ant went to bed earlier. We've got Scott, Animal Adventures, playing with a snake right now, and no, that's not a euphemism for anything. And we also anybody else? I believe that's it. I don't think we had too many people tonight. So, anyways, thank you everybody for showing up tonight. I appreciate it. And as tradition, I'll play one last song as we get going. Uh, Anyways, thank you guys for being here tonight. I really, really appreciate it. I love it when the fans show up. I love it when people leave comments. And, you know, if you're new here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with the regular shows. Creepy Crawly UK says, good night, kids. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate you sharing the live stream with the isopods. It was really fun.
Oh, it's been really great. That's all the isopods, so we'll be able to do some more next week of the R inverts.
All right.